Recall. Produced by Black Bottom James at BKK Productions. Theme: Jesus is real. Over the years, there has been many occasions where people thought a recall was adamant, changing the happening of everything. A total recall has been in our history and awareness since the late 1800s, causing desperation and havoc throughout the world. A total recall is considered a massive event of heavenly proportion, causing alarm, trepidation, and fear for those remaining, not understanding the repercussions and denotation of this widespread event, arousing apprehension upon the many, waiting for what will be the next occurrence or manifestation of events to come. The recall will not be announced in advance of its execution. This event has been pondered, investigated, and even believed, verified, and authenticated in the 70s and 80s to all evangelicals. People even lost their lives believing their leaders had confirming evidence, having causation, and selling all their possessions, thinking they were the only ones knowing the exact dates and time, coordinating their activities. Yet, eventual found only death as their reward, for all relying upon their rulers and superiors, using their adaptation of conclusive evidence, although it was realized erroneous. By 2000, a new millennium was here. It was categorized the quintessential and absolute year in the history of our planet, was conclusively believed to be year selected for this most consummate event known to man. Well, the year abetted and concluded without fanfare, with no thrills, before moving tactfully to the next year. For those waiting, prepositioned for an escape, lost interest and the hope of forecasting a possible recall, withdrew and concealed themselves from any divination suggesting evidence of any apocalyptic event. So, here we are in the present, still waiting for that whispering silent recall to come forward, rising above all the issues of man into a blissful state of peace and harmony. The military is responsible for formulating and advocating this form of communicating, this action of ensuring all participating parties are contacted, enunciating a prepared list of attendees. They are the ones responsible for its implementation and overall effectiveness. All participants know of its final application and function, yet, having an approved appointment participating in the recall is another question. The recall roster is engendered and remembered for members of the military, as it required member to call their assigned colleague at any time the recall roster was implemented. Each member was required to gather at their assigned destination and meeting assignment duties. Well, this recall is quite the same. Each participant does not have a responsibility of contacting their assigned party by phone requesting their presence, but must be ready to report at any time a recall is requested. It requires your undeniable presence, an insistence of your immediate and unequivocal attention to disperse immediately, without delay. This recall will only be activated only once in your lifetime, never used again, as it will initiate a total renovating change of the entire body and emotions, leaving so many memories behind, stimulating a heavenly body for your future with Jesus. All non-selected persons will remain unyielding, unresponsive, mostly unhurt in their locations, unaware of the incredulous events of their surroundings. This will be an unprecedented event, causing great disbelief and unconceived concerns, raising many doubts and skepticism of future events. The world will change drastically after this immense, unannounced event, displaying people abruptly and unexpectedly disappearance, without warning or reason from the face of this planet, without possessions, fortunes and fame, leaving all behind, from a commanding voice of authority seeking those lost but found. A voice will be heard in the midst of the noises of the city streets, the sweet melodies of the quiet valleys, the rustling and bustling voices echoing in the night of downtown, the midnight voices resonating the twilight of suburbia. Countryside roads and dirt paths hum a tune of forgetfulness but not forgotten, amid the sporadic and random disturbances on the streets of the hood. An almost silent tactical voice will be heard by its intended recipients, releasing a tone and pitches only the ears of the discreet, hearing a soft flowing sound of a burbling stream whispering a melodic message to come home and rest. O weary child, obeying the call, they will all ascend to the clouds in a silent rage, with Jesus guiding them home, as this will be a clandestine but rampant, yet restrained, multitudes of people, gathering, with consenting authority, by invitation only. In being a participant of the final great surreptitious assemblance of man, the recall will only be effective and applicable only to people knowing and awaiting its autonomy and freedom offered to those residents craving for this moment, anticipating a final awakening of a spirit deep inside only recognized by God of glory. This agenda is that of a unifying and omnipotent supreme being, differentiating between the characterization of the power generating an unethical, unprincipled, and immoral populace by threatening, aggressive and inauspicious forces, guiding the remaining residents of a condemned planet of future authoritarian, brutal and atrocities from reaching their potential and capabilities. The prescriptions required for a unilateral irrefutable presence is beyond the attainable of all except one who has the authority of an existence preceding time. The greatest mystery is not only when but how. How will over 25 million people escape a confining world without them knowing we have left? My remedy is there must be a diversion created by a furious thunderstorm covering the entire world at the same moment. God states, we will be gone in the blink of an eye, one massive thunderclasp encompassing the entire world, simultaneously, might just capture the attention of everyone, while, gasping for breath, we will all disappear. Although, the world occupies different time zones, meaning, in some places it will be darkness and others it will be during daylight hours. So, maybe, one gigantic boom, the power is out in every location around the world. We all disappear in a flash of light, as the lightning flashes and the thunder roars. We are all gone in a split second. That just might work as an apparent scenario of events to occur, as God says, He will come like a thief in the night. Thieves mostly come when you are not around or asleep, but mostly at night, to include a universal simultaneous grand thunderstorm displaying our departure on this earth. The disruption at night can be easily diverted, as evidently, God does not want any witnesses in this entire segment of the population disappearing. He wants to astonish and amaze all with our departure, leaving no witnesses and explaining in our withdrawal, while confusing the enemy on our departure and our destination, surprising him with an unexpected display of strategy and confusion, which is why God has kept this secret to Himself, not sharing it with anyone. Yet all babies, infants, toddlers and preschoolers will vanish before someone's eyes. Adults will be holding their babies prior to this event occurring. Friends and family will vanish, some never to be seen again.